Welcome to Vision of Asia, a voice of the community on ITV Gold. In this special edition, I, Ashok Vyas, welcome you and greet you on Hindu New Year, which also is the beginning of Chaitra Navaratri, the day when Ugadi is observed in Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, when Gudi Padwa is observed in Maharashtra, Vaisakhi in Punjab. And with these festive feelings, here are the highlights of today's Vision of Asia. We'll begin with our weekly with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. After this week, we will take you to secrets of time management with none other than Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Shastri Jagdish Tripathi talks to us about the significance of Hindu New Year. We'll have conversation about Will Smith having slapped Chris Rock on live television, a report on New Jersey-based World Star Entertainment's Show Fest Social Award event. Radio Mirchi USA has also launched its Global Mirchi app. We'll have a report on that event. And Mahesh Dubey shares his special poem dedicated to the feelings and expectations of Bharat Mata from NRIs. And we conclude with part of conversation with Vibhuti Jha on New World Order. So all this coming up right after these short messages. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community on ITV Gold. We begin with this special conversation with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh.
And now time for weekly show with a passionate India lover, chairman of ITV Gold and Parikh Worldwide Media. Get ready for loving sharing from physician, philanthropist, publisher, and India advocate in this week.
Namaskar, welcome to special edition of This Week with Padma Shri Dr. Sudhir Parikh. And without further ado, let me have the pleasure of welcoming you, Dr. Sahab. Namaste.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Let us look at India in the context of Russia-Ukraine war, and India is expecting to host Russian foreign minister very soon, which puts India in a very special kind of a position with respect to the geopolitical scenario. Your take on India's
Well, I
openness?
think India is an important country, important country because India is the largest democracy, plus economically it's number 3 in the world, and so the importance of India is very important, and India is a very large client of the Russian military equipments. So India's role is very important, and India is a neutral. So Russia may interested in taking advantage of neutrality to end this war amicably.
So now, when India has openly indicated that it will take advantage of the discount that is being offered by Russia, does that put India in a slightly negative light, that it is not pro-humanity and it is paying more attention to the economic interests, etc.?
Yes, I mean, it can be. And it can kind of sour little relation with the USA too. But again, in the politics, always people have to see their own interest. And it's India's interest to purchase little inexpensive crude oil from the Russia. There is nothing wrong in it.
Absolutely. And India also has trade with Russia as far as defense equipments are concerned. That is nearly over $9 billion.
Right.
Now, looking at the recent statements of President Biden about Putin while he was visiting Warsaw, Poland, he ended up saying that this man need to go, which was later on corrected, saying that he didn't mean to destabilize elected government, etc. Your take on overall America's position as of now?
I think America's position is obviously pro-Ukraine and anti-Russia right now, because Russia has invaded Ukraine without any provocation, and it resulted into a lot of loss of lives and lot of destruction. And therefore, I think what Russia did is not very commendable, or it needs to be condemned. So I think USA position is correct position, and that's only way US can galvanize all the NATO member and keep them in the one line or one on same page. Otherwise, what happens is everyone try to look for their own interests, and those who are in the European countries, and we are close to Russia, they may start deviating themselves from the NATO. So you don't want that. And plus what he said at the last moment, I think it's more of keeping the NATO together. It's he doesn't mean that he wants to change the Putin administration. But what he said that what Putin did is almost amounts to the war crime, or so that has to be stopped. But again, the flip side of that when you are trying to negotiate the ceasefire or negotiate the solution, this kind of rhetoric can kind of counterproductive.
And going towards another big world event which was watched by many citizens across the globe, and that is Oscar. And one moment that has become historical moment is also miscalculation of joke by Chris Rock, whether it was his miscalculation or it was over reaction by Will Smith. You must have seen him reaching to the stage and slapping, and later on also using foul language, which is unprecedented.
I think this what's his name, Will Smith?
Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith is completely wrong. Actually, he's lucky that nobody has pressed the assault charges on him. He could have been arrested there and there. So I think what he usually in the this kind of entertainment program, or this kind of public events, any satire or indirect joke should not be taken seriously, and nobody should react personally. And I think what Will Smith reacted, it was incorrect, and I think he did apologize. But I'm sure that Academy Council will punish him somehow. They may even ban him from coming to the program anymore. Probably it will affect his career too, because a lot of producers and director will not select him, because by selecting him, it whole movie can go flop economically. So I think it was kind of emotional outrage, which is will be very costly to him.
And at that time, after this incident, he went up to receive the award, and this is the first Oscar that came his way. And he didn't apologize to Chris Rock at that time in that speech, and his apology came after condemnation of his behavior by Academy, which was a day late. So people are upset about it.
I think he did apologize kind of indirectly during his speech while accepting the award.
Without giving the name of Chris Rock. Others he apologized.
So that was wrong. That was not enough. So I think whole thing was mishandled. and it's not a good event to be remembered.
Absolutely. But I'll just bring up, it is not good to remember, but I'll remember this for seeking your views on the way Chris Rock handled it. Because
I think he handled very nicely because being a comedian, I mean, the way he reacted, people thought that this is all kind of choreographed event. Because he was laughing and smiling that time.
Right.
And after that also he did not react to it because he could have punched him back. And so I think he did a right thing probably.
Time to say goodbye and your parting words for our viewers.
Dear friends, thank you for joining us this week again. We all pray to mighty God that Ukraine-Russia war should end soon. And there is some silver line this morning from the Turkey about the negotiation. So I'm very optimistic that it will end within a week or two, and it will stop the carnage of the human beings unnecessarily. Again, other is pandemic. Pandemic is over. But be careful because the last variant, the new variant, is still there, particularly in the northeast and west coast. The cases are very high, so be careful, particularly in the indoor setting. And India is doing great. India has arrived in the world stage, and that you can see. The importance of India during this Ukraine-Russia conflict. So, friends, God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and we'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye.
Welcome back. You're watching Vision of Asia, a voice of the community on ITV Gold, and we begin with this special report on an event which had a lot of lights and a lot of glamour, and this was New Jersey-based World Star Entertainment event when they presented ShowFest Social Awards. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Rahul Walia. We're here at the ShowFest Social Media Awards, where ShowFest will be honoring some of our community leaders and trailblazers and people of change. The idea here is to come and interact with people who are making a change in the diaspora while learning about the Showfest model of subscriptions for watching concerts. Malaika Arora is the chief guest. We'll have an opportunity to even meet with her and interact with her and learn more about how people can really be relieved with stress for for getting a subscription annually and enjoying 7 shows. More to come on that, and we hope that everybody has a good time, and we're looking forward to interacting with everybody.
Good evening. This is Dr. Raj Pandya from Showfest event at Royal Albert Palace. Thank you, ITV Gold. Thank you, Raja Bhati ji, for covering this event, and thank you for being there for all the Indian communities. And by the way, thank you, Dr. Parikh and Raja Bhati, for getting included in the Sling TV. A big congratulations to you guys. So we are here to support Snowfest for their upcoming event starting from May. Arjit Singh, followed by Rewind, and 7 shows are going to be there in New Jersey and also in many cities in America. So Showfest is doing a great job having entire package of entertainment put up for all the Indian communities. We all are missing it for last 2 years. So these 7 shows will again put our people back going to various events. So look forward to Showfest, all the events starting from May. And today is an event for Malaika Arora ji. She'll be here shortly and she'll be giving awards to a lot of dignitaries in New Jersey. Look forward to attending all the events. Thank you, ITV Gold. Thank you, Raja Bhati ji. See you soon. Thank you.
Hi, I would first like to thank ITV Gold for coming all the way here and covering this beautiful event of ours. And we all have gathered here this evening to discuss a beautiful concept called Showfest. I would like to thank Anand Davra, Kal Kalra, Gaurav Tuteja, Atiq Sheikh for bringing this beautiful concept. My name is Naina Goel. I am the city head for New Jersey, New York and Pennsylvania. And we are looking for you guys to become a member of a Showfest. So if you guys reach out to us, it would be www.showfest.com. That's SHOWFEST.com. Thank you.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a good evening. My name is Yash Pandya from Edison, New Jersey. I'm here today at the Social Awards Night hosted by Showfest. They're doing a very fantastic job. Tonight's evening is about empowering and recognizing charitable and nonprofit organizations and individuals. Showfest is having a very large media and entertainment conglomerate this year across the United States. They're hosting many different shows, 7 shows particularly in New Jersey and many other states and cities along. And they're doing a kickoff and starting it by having a social awards night by recognizing the nonprofit and charitable work. So they're bringing in that kind of energy and that kind of perspective into the media and entertainment cause. So very excited to be here. Hope you all can make it to the Showfest events, and it's a very fantastic thing that they're doing here. Thank you. Thank you, ITV Gold, for being here and recording such a prestigious event. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sangeeta Malik here. I'm part of Showfest, and we have invited people today to see what shows we are bringing. We are bringing 5 concerts and 2 music festivals today. This year, there are 5 of them are in Cure Arena and 2 of them are at PNC. We are welcoming everyone to come and buy the tickets as soon as possible.
Radio Mirchi USA has launched its global Mirchi app. And what can you expect from this app? In what way Radio Mirchi is reaching out to you and extending its reach? Let's take a look.
We all know that Radio Mirchi has been in US for last 3 years. We started off with New Jersey and New York. The New York station, of course, is not there anymore, but we have a New York online station which broadcasts into New York. And we have 92.7 FM and 103.3 FM HD2 in New Jersey. And I'm very proud to say that, that we have been able to give a very good radio station to the community in US.
And for me, it has been hot for many years. I remember, listening to Radio Mirchi in India, mostly in India, for some time now, and I must congratulate you on all that you've been doing in the world of media and in the world of communication. With this new launch, I'm delighted and to be part of this celebration. We'll have yet another expanded connect with the community here, connecting the community with India, connecting the diaspora with their emotional and cultural needs that they seek from India, and also to expand the communication of government policies, guidelines, engagement as far as governance is concerned, as far as public service delivery is concerned. So one, thank you very much for all that you've done to bring India and the United States, Indian American community here and India together.
Half of Indian American community as well as Parik Worldwide Media for launching of app. And this is really, radio is a great media to connect to the people. It doesn't matter whether you are at home, in the car, or at work. The radio is the only way you can connect with everyone. So I wish you all the best.
So it's truly an honor to be here right now, and I want to recognize Commissioner Santinara as well. Thank you so much for being here, but also being a complete ally for Edison Township, myself, and the rest of the Indian community, Indian American community. This is a huge moment because Radio Mirchi is now global, through their global app, and it's wonderful to be a part of this momentous occasion for the Indian culture. It's going to allow Indian Americans all over the world to stay connected to their roots and really understand not just their music, but so many other things as well with their culture. They will be able to connect, learn, connect and learn with millions of people from India directly to the United States, and again, globally as well.
Newness is the source of adding joy and enthusiasm to life. How Hindu New Year is intertwined with the working of nature, Mother Nature. On that, as well as significance of New Year, we talk to Vedic scholar Shastri Jagdish Tripathi. Here are some excerpts from that conversation.
मैं समझता हूँ कि प्रत्येक क्षण, प्रत्येक दिन, प्रत्येक प्रभात और प्रत्येक सायं काल का हमारे जीवन में है, और काल गणना के अनुसार से हमारा यह हिंदू कैलेंडर का पहला दिवस है। अब हम लोग ग्लोबलाइजेशन होने की वजह से सब तो अब ये हुआ कि जो अंग्रेजी साल की काल गणना है जिसमें वो जनवरी से आरंभ होता है, तो सारा विश्व उस दिन को नए वर्ष की भांति मनाता है, जबकि वो ठंडी के दिन हैं, वहाँ पर सारी चारों तरफ पतझड़ हुआ होता है, कुछ नया जैसा प्रकृति में दिखता नहीं है। पर वास्तव में कुछ नया, कुछ पुष्पित पल्लवित होता हुआ, पुष्पों की ऋतु समर, आप देखेंगे चारों तरफ फूल खिले हुए हैं, तो कुछ नयापन हमारे इस चैत्र की में आरंभ होता है। तो इसलिए प्रकृति, पूरी सृष्टि अपने आप को नया करती है। नया करती का जैसे आप देखेंगे कि पहले विंटर में पतझड़ हो गया, सब हुआ, फिर नई कोपलें खिलती हैं, आम के बौर आते हैं, फल लगते हैं, चारों तरफ एक नयापन। वैसी ही प्रकृति अपने आप को विस्तार करती है पुराने से नए की तरफ। पुराने का मतलब जो भी पतझड़ हो गया था, जो भी वैसे था, तो अब वो नया आरंभ होता है। चारों तरफ देखेंगे आप इस तरह। तो इसलिए इसका महत्व यूँ है। और हमारा ये अभी महाराज विक्रमादित्य के हिसाब से हम विक्रम संवत जो मानते हैं, तो विक्रम संवत का 2079 का ये आरंभ होगा हमारे कैलेंडर वर्ष का, तो उसका बड़ा महत्व है। और ये हमारे भारतवर्ष में 6 ऋतुएं हैं, लेकिन मुख्य 4 ऋतुएं मानी गई हैं। तो मुख्य 4 ऋतुओं में से ये जो ऋतु आरंभ हो रही है, तो इसमें से इसलिए हम इसको कहते हैं नवरात्रि। नवरात्रि का दूसरा अर्थ है कि नई ऋतु का आरंभ। तो इसमें से एक ये ऋतु जो आरंभ हो रही है नई ऋतु है और नया संवत्सर है। तो नए संवत्सर की चैत्र शुक्ल प्रतिपदा से कई लोगों का ये प्रश्न होता है कि हमारे हिंदुओं के कितने नए वर्ष होते हैं, जैसा आपने भी मुझे थोड़ी देर पहले पूछा था। तो वास्तव में एक ही नया वर्ष होता है, पर अभी हम लोग चैत्र शुक्ल प्रतिपदा को नया वर्ष मनाएंगे। नवरात्रि का आरंभ होगा जिस दिन, घट स्थापन भी बोलते हैं, कई कई जगह कोई गुड़ी पड़वा महाराष्ट्र में कहते हैं, कहीं कहीं और कुछ कहते हैं। तो यह चांद्र वर्ष के हिसाब से, चंद्रमा की काल गणना के हिसाब से जो पंचांग चलते हैं, जो कैलेंडर है, उसके हिसाब से यह हमारा नया वर्ष होगा वो। दूसरा एक सौर की काल गणना के हिसाब से जो चलता है, तो अभी 14 तारीख को संक्रांति जिस दिन होती है, तो हर महीने संक्रांति होती है। 12 राशियां हैं, सूर्य का एक राशि से दूसरी राशि में गमन करना, उसको संक्रांति बोलते हैं। तो जब सूर्य दूसरी राशि में जाएंगे, तो इसमें हम कहेंगे कि वैशाखी जो मनाते हैं वो भी हमारा ही नया वर्ष है, लेकिन वो सौर मास के हिसाब से, सौर मास की जो काल गणना है उसको वैशाखी से नया वर्ष होगा, और चांद्रमास के हिसाब से चैत्र शुक्ल प्रतिपदा को नया वर्ष होगा। तो यही है, तो दो नहीं है, बस वही है कि सौर की काल गणना सौर मास के हिसाब से, चांद्रमास के हिसाब से, तो ये हमारा नया वर्ष।
Vision of Asia reaches you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. And we have a special weekly edition of Vision of Asia every Sunday at 11 a.m. We sincerely appreciate your continued love and support for our programming. Stay with us. Program continues right after these short messages. Vision of Asia reaches you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. And we have a special weekly edition of Vision of Asia every Sunday at 11 a.m. We sincerely appreciate your continued love and support for our programming. Stay with us. Program continues right after these short messages. You'll see full conversation with Shastri Jagdish Tripathi and singer-actor Geeta Setia in Insight Tonight with Ashok Vyas on Monday about the spirit of newness. And now sometimes newness goes in a direction which is not appreciated by anybody, and especially when someone like Will Smith sitting in the front row of Oscar Awards gets up, goes to the stage and slaps Chris Rock. It is a shocker for everyone. We had a conversation about this event for which Academy is also going to be taking some disciplinary action against the star Will Smith. Here are some excerpts from that conversation.
To put it nicely, I would say that it was embarrassment for Will Smith and kind of high-fight situation for Chris Rock. And I think Chris Rock handled it so well, his presence of mind, and he took high road right after that. And we all know, if we want to be honest, that most of us would have reacted very differently as compared to what Chris Rock did. So I actually admire Chris Rock that he did not let it go overboard or making bad situation worse.
We all know Will Smith, if you know a little bit about his history, as he has mentioned, he grew up in a very stressful environment. His father used to abuse his mother. So he was not able to stand up for his mother at a much earlier young age. And apparently one of the few characteristics he's trying to do is stand up for his wife. Now the stage was huge. It's not domestic house. It's in front of millions of live watchers and many hundreds of people watching him on the Oscars. I think Chris Rock actually touched the chord by bringing up a disease which his wife has, which is alopecia areata, in which you lose the hair. And he felt his wife is being instigated and made fun of publicly of a disability. So he kind of in his mind feels that he stood up to defend his wife's respect and pride. And but nonetheless, nothing justifies using violence. He's followed and really worshipped by millions of people across the world. One of the best entertainers in the world ever. I'm a big fan, and people they have to show bigger standards, because if this is what will keep around in the world, that if you are in the position of power, you have the right to violate somebody physically, this sends a very wrong message. Same message we are seeing by Putin in Europe. If you have nukes, you are powerful, you can come on a democratic country and attack. So I think he has not apologized. That's very bad.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt. So he apologized later on.
No, I know. He did, but he did not apologize to Chris. He apologized to the organization.
Now he has done.
Okay, so that's little too late. I think he should have done that right away. First person he should have apologized is Chris, followed by Oscars. And after that, going to a party without giving an apology and dancing as if nothing happened actually shows a little bit of arrogance, which again, we as fans of him are a little disappointed, because he's known to be a very sensitive person and a person which upholds human values. And even he fought for human rights and is part of many NGOs.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi is known as Yogi, and he makes use of his time in a way which is surprising and inspiring at the same time. He has also made it a point to take the responsibility of inspiring students, and Pariksha Pe Charcha is very much sought after, interesting, arresting event where Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacts with students. And what we are sharing today is part of his stress on what are his secrets of managing time well. These secrets are definitely helpful for not just students who are appearing in exam, but for all of us who are appearing in the exam of life every day. Let's listen Prime Minister Narendra Modi on secrets of time management.
टाइम यानी समय इंसान के लिए सबसे मूल्यवान और सबसे दुर्लभ है। वैसे तो हर किसी के लिए एक दिन में 24 घंटे का ही समय होता है, लेकिन उन 24 घंटों में कौन कितना काम करेगा, कैसा परिणाम लाएगा, वो व्यक्ति की क्षमता पर निर्भर करता है। साथ ही निर्भर करता है उसके टाइम मैनेजमेंट पर। स्टूडेंट्स के लिए आयोजित कार्यक्रम परीक्षा पे चर्चा में पीएम मोदी देश भर के छात्रों से सालाना जुड़ते हैं, उन्हें मोटिवेट करते हैं। उन्हीं चर्चाओं से हम ले आए हैं कुछ स्पेशल टिप्स हमारे एग्जाम वॉरियर्स के लिए। आपने देखा होगा कि कुछ लोग होते हैं जो एक ही समय में दूसरे की तुलना में अधिक कार्य पूरा कर लेते हैं। इसके पीछे कोई रहस्य नहीं है, कोई सीक्रेट नहीं, ये वे सही टाइम मैनेजमेंट द्वारा ही कर पाते हैं।
100 लोगों को पूछो, 80 लोग ऐसे मिलेंगे जो नहीं मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है। ऐसे मिलते कि नहीं मिलते? आप भी अपने दोस्तों को कहते हो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, तो क्या किसी को कोई एक्स्ट्रा दिया हुआ है क्या? आपको भी 24 घंटे मिले, उसको भी 24 घंटे मिले। उसका कारण यह है कि उसको अपनी प्रायोरिटीज का पता नहीं है। टाइम का मिसमैनेजमेंट की शुरुआत आपकी प्रायोरिटी का आपका अज्ञान है। आपको पता होना चाहिए कि मेरे समय का सबसे अच्छा उपयोग किन किन चीजों में है और वो कौन सी चीजें हैं जो मैं समय को बर्बाद करता हूं। मैं बिजी होता हूं, लगातार काम करता हूं, लेकिन जो करना चाहिए वो करता नहीं और नहीं करना चाहिए वो पहले करता हूं, और उसी के कारण मेरा समय के साथ हमेशा तनाव रहता है।
जब बहुत सारे कार्यों का दबाव एक साथ आकर इकट्ठा हो जाता है तो फिर उससे निपटना आसान नहीं होता। अरे बहुत काम पड़ा है। 24 घंटे इस मानसिकता के साथ जीना, यानी हर समय व्यस्त और चिंतित रहना, प्रभावी और फायदेमंद नहीं है। ऐसे में मोदी जी की सलाह है कि एक टाइम टेबल तैयार कर आप निश्चित कर सकते हैं कि दिन भर के 24 घंटे का अधिकतम उपयोग कैसे किया जाए।
जरूरी नहीं है कि एक ही टाइम टेबल 365 दिन काम आता है। समय के अनुसार फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी चाहिए, लचीलापन चाहिए कि चलो ठीक है, अब ये आ गया है तो कुछ समय यहां निकाल दूं, लेकिन मैं बाकी समय को एडजस्ट करूं। आपको खुद को लगना चाहिए, वरना अभी मैंने ये काम तय किया, मैं ये नहीं करूंगा, अभी मुझे होमवर्क करना है, मैं ये नहीं करूंगा। सहज लचीलापन के साथ, एनवायरनमेंट के साथ हम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट किए बिना, हम जिस माहौल में जी रहे हैं उस माहौल में मिनिमम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आए। जीरो मैं नहीं कह सकता हूं, लेकिन मिनिमम कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आए। करूं या न करूं के बीच में संघर्ष नहीं होना चाहिए। अगर ये हम साइकी बना करके करते हैं तो आप देखिए कि आपकी दिनचर्या ठीक से चलेगी।
टाइम टेबल बन जाने के बाद पूरी दृढ़ता से उस दिनचर्या का पालन करें। जिस काम के लिए जितना समय दिया है उस दौरान मन, शरीर और बुद्धि के सामंजस्य द्वारा पूरी तरह से उसी पर ध्यान केंद्रित रखें। शुरू में कुछ कठिनाई आ सकती है, लेकिन कुछ ही समय में टाइम टेबल का पालन करना आपके लिए सहज हो जाएगा और ये आसानी से आपकी दिनचर्या का हिस्सा बन जाएगा। टाइम टेबल के अलावा मोदी जी समय प्रबंधन का एक और तरीका सुझाते हैं। डायरी आपकी इसमें क्या हेल्प कर सकती है? आइए सुनते हैं मोदी जी का क्या कहना है।
कुछ लोग हैं डेली डायरी लिखने की आदत नहीं हो, ऐसे बहुत लोग होंगे, जरूर नहीं, लेकिन एक टेम्पररी आप एक महीने के लिए लिखिए और महीने भर आप अपने लिए, किसी के लिए नहीं, और जरा भी छुपाए बिना आप लिखिए। रात को लिखिए कल क्या क्या करना है, वो एक डायरी अलग रखिए, उसको हाथ पर लगाइए, लिख लिया। दूसरे दिन दूसरी डायरी सुबह लीजिए और जैसे जैसे करते जाएं लिखते जाइए, फिर रख दीजिए। रात को फिर वो डायरी निकालिए, कल क्या करूंगा लिख दीजिए। महीने पर दोनों डायरियों को अलग रखने दीजिए। एक महीने के बाद दोनों डायरियों को मैच कीजिए और रात को आपने क्या सोचा था, दिन भर क्या किया, आपको देखोगे 80% चीजें आपने वो की होगी जो आपने तय किया था उससे विपरीत होगी। आपको समझ आएगा, अरे मैं कैसा हूं, मैं तो बहुत बिजी था। किसी को पूछने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप ही अपने आप को एकदम से करेक्ट कर सकते हैं। और बड़ा सरल तरीका है, बड़ा सरल तरीका है। आप कल क्या करना है वो लिख लीजिए और क्या हुआ वो रात को फिर से लिख लीजिए। दोनों डायरी अलग रखिए, दोनों डायरियों को बार बार मत देखिए, एक महीने के बाद ही देखिए, आपके सारे सुधार अपने आप हो जाएंगे।
आपके हाथों में जो समय है, टाइम मैनेजमेंट उसे व्यवस्थित और अनुकूलित करता है। साथ ही डायरी बनाए रखने से आप अपनी कमियों को पहचान पाएंगे, समय को बेहतर तरीके से समझ पाएंगे और सही समय पर समय बचाने के कदम उठा पाएंगे। टाइम मैनेजमेंट की बात तो हो गई, लेकिन समय बर्बाद करने से कैसे बचें, इसका भी उपाय बताते हैं मोदी जी।
जहां तक टाइम मैनेजमेंट का सवाल है, आप अगर किसी से समय मांगे और वो ये कहे कि मैं बहुत बिजी हूं, मेरे पास इन दिनों समय नहीं है, तो आप लिख के रखिए वो झूठ बोलता है। मतलब उसको समय का उपयोग आता नहीं है। ऐसा कभी नहीं हो सकता है अगर आप अपने समय के संबंध में जागरूक हो। आप में से बहुत कम लोग होंगे जिन्होंने सचमुच में अपने 24 घंटे की दिनचर्या का एटलीस्ट 1 वीक का एनालिसिस किया होगा। बहुत कम होंगे। आप एक काम करिए, बीते हुए एक सप्ताह में आप सुबह से शाम तक अपना याद करके लिखो समय का क्या उपयोग किया। तो आपको ही पता नहीं होगा कि मैंने ये काम क्यों किया यार, मैं तो बेकार में समय बिगाड़ दिया। देखो मैं तो यहाँ खाली बैठा था, मैं तो ऐसे ही बातें कर रहा था, मैं ऐसे वो चीज को देखा करता था। आप तुरंत सोचेंगे नहीं ये 6 चीजें कम करूं, ये समय निकलेगा, यहां उपयोग करूंगा। टाइम मैनेजमेंट ये हमारे अपने हाथ की बात होती है। हम इसको बड़ी आसानी से कर सकते हैं और इसके लिए कोई बड़े MBA, बहुत बड़ी कोई ऑक्सफोर्ड की किताब पढ़ना कोई जरूरी नहीं चाहिए। आप सिंपली अपने यहां घर काम के लिए आने वाली महिला को जरा ऑब्जर्व कीजिए। इन दिनों एक ही परिवार में घर काम करने वाले जो लोग होते हैं बहुत कम होते हैं। वे 10-12 घरों में काम लेते हैं और उनको पता होता है कि इनके घर में 7 बजे बर्तन साफ करता है, उनके घर में 9 बजे बर्तन साफ करना होता है, उनके घर में 11 बजे कपड़े धोने होते हैं, उनके घर में 12 बजे किचन में जाना। आप देखेंगे साइकिल होगी, स्कूटी होगी, ट्रैफिक का सारा हिसाब किताब होगा, लेकिन बिल्कुल टाइम मैनेजमेंट उनका परफेक्ट होगा। वो 3-4 बजे तक जितने परिवारों में सेवा करती हैं या करता है, वो बिल्कुल परफेक्ट टाइम मैनेजमेंट से करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं? हमने ऑब्जर्व नहीं किया उसको। यानी जिसने स्कूल देखी नहीं है, क्लास देखा नहीं है, लेकिन उसको भी समझ है कि मेरे समय को मैं ऐसे बांटूं। और आपने देखा होगा किसी घर में अगर नहाने में देर हुई है, कपड़े धोने बाकी हैं, तो कह देती है कि ठीक है रखे रखो, कल साथ में धोऊंगी, आज नहीं धोऊंगी, मेरा समय तय है। होता है कि नहीं होता है ऐसा? आपने ऑब्जर्व ही नहीं किया है। यही गड़बड़ है। आप ऑब्जर्व कीजिए, जो सफल लोग होते हैं, जो बिल्कुल हंसते खेलते काम कर रहे हैं, उनको समय का कोई दबाव नहीं होता है। कभी ट्रेन दौड़ पकड़ने के लिए भागते नहीं है, कभी उसको लंच बॉक्स कभी भूल जाते हैं, कभी चश्मा भूल जाते हैं, कभी किताब, कुछ नहीं होता है, सब परफेक्ट चलता है। क्यों? उन्होंने अपने समय की कीमत समझी है। टाइम इज मनी, टाइम इज मनी हम सुनते आए हैं, लेकिन उसी को सबसे ज्यादा बर्बाद करने का हमारा स्वभाव है। हम तय करें, कुछ रह जाए तो रह जाए, समय बर्बाद नहीं होने दूंगा। उसी समय में से 24 घंटे मेरे पास भी हैं, 24 घंटे आपके पास भी है। ईश्वर ने इसमें सामाजिक न्याय व्यवस्था की हुई है। अमीर से अमीर को भी 24 घंटे हैं, गरीब से गरीब को भी 24 घंटे है, और इसलिए उसका सर्वाधिक अच्छा उपयोग करने की आदत आसानी से बनाई जा सकती है।
बिल्कुल सही। घड़ी के 24 घंटे तो सबके पास होते हैं, लेकिन एक दिन में प्रभावी समय हर एक के लिए अलग अलग होता है। टाइम मैनेजमेंट एबिलिटी मैनेजमेंट भी है, यानी कि ये अपने अंदर की क्षमताओं को निखार कर जीवन को गढ़ने का एक साधन भी है। टाइम मैनेजमेंट वो तरीका है जिससे हम लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त करने के साथ ही जीवन में संतुष्टि की मिठास भी घोल पाते हैं। उम्मीद करते हैं कि मोदी जी द्वारा बताए गए इन टाइम मैनेजमेंट टिप्स और मंत्रास को आप जरूर अपनाएंगे और अपनी दिनचर्या पर बेहतर नियंत्रण हासिल करके दिखाएंगे।
Mahesh Dubey has big name internationally as one of the acclaimed humorous poet based in Mumbai. He has another sensitive side to his heart, a patriotic Indian, as well as a sensitive human being. During his visit to America, he observed the feelings of NRIs, and he penned a poem which is relevant for all of us. Let's listen, Mahesh Dubey.
मैं आया हूँ हिमालय से लिए कुछ प्यार की बातें, जो रहता है तुम्हारे दिल में उस संसार की बातें।
क्या बात?
सुनो बातों को मेरी, गौर से कुछ कह के जाऊंगा, चला जाऊंगा लेकिन याद तुमको बरसों आऊंगा। मेरी झोली में है प्यारो तुम्हारा खेलता बचपन, मैं लाया हूँ तुम्हारे वास्ते यादों का एक दर्पण। बहुत छोटा किसी कोने में एक मासूम सा घर था, जहां पर माँ की झिड़कन थी, जहां पापा का भी डर था, जहां भैया से रूठे थे, जहां बहना से झगड़ा था, जहां होली दिवाली में हुआ हुड़दंग तगड़ा था। मगर एक दिन हुआ ऐसा नहीं अनुमान था जैसा, नियति ने जाल फैलाया नजर में बस गया पैसा। तुम्हारी चाहतें तुमको पराए देश ले आई, जहां शीतल सुगंधित हर घड़ी बहती है पुरवाई, जहां हर रात दिवाली, जहां हर रोज है होली, सफलता की तुम्हारे माथ पर लगती रहे रोली। तुम्हारा धन, तुम्हारा यश, तुम्हारा इंद्र सा वैभव, करे परमात्मा बढ़ता रहे खुशियों भरा कलरव। तुम्हारे भाग्य में थे चांद तारे, तुमने वो पाए, मगर ऐसा न हो कि देश की मिट्टी बिसर जाए। इसी मिट्टी की मूरत पूजती थी मीरा दीवानी, इसी मिट्टी में बहता है हमारी गंगा का पानी, वही पानी तुम्हारी माँ की आंखों से बरसता है कि जिसका दिल तुम्हारे प्यार की खातिर तरसता है।
क्या बात।
दुआएं बांटती है किंतु आंखों में है सूनापन, वो आंखें ढूंढती फिरती तुम्हारा चुलबुला बचपन, तुम्हारी बहन की राखी तुम्हें कहती है आ जाओ, अभी सावन में हाथों से वो धागा तो बंधा जाओ। तुम्हारे पापा कहते हैं कोई चिंता नहीं करना, जहां भी रहते हो बेटे वहां हरदम सुखी रहना, मगर दिल को कोई उनके यूं मुट्ठी में दबाए है, हमेशा सोचते हैं कब हमारा लाल आए।
क्या बात।
तुम्हारे देश की मिट्टी तुम्हें अब भी बुलाती है, तुम्हारी माँ भी लोरी रोज फोटो को सुनाती है, तुम्हारे देश की आबादी अभी भूखी सोती है, कहीं पर रोती है सीता कहीं पर सलमा रोती है। सुनाऊं और क्या, सुन लो अभी ये हाल है सच्चा, बुझाने भूख की ज्वाला को माए बेचती बच्चा। तो अभागे गांव का ढांढस बंधाने कौन आएगा, दिलों में प्रेम का दीपक जलाने कौन आएगा। यहाँ परदेश में तुम खेलते हो सोने चांदी में, वहां माँ बाप की मिट्टी उठाने कौन आएगा। उठो जागो तुम्हारे हाथ में ताकत है तन जाओ, माँ सीता भारती के वास्ते हनुमान बन जाओ। करे परवाज ऊंचाई पे चाहे जो परिंदा हो, चला जाए जमाने से पर उसका नाम जिंदा हो। आन बान और शान रखो, बाइबिल वेद कुरान रखो, गीता का भी ज्ञान रखो, पर दिल में हिंदुस्तान रखो।
As we speak, Russia and Ukraine continues to be at the receiving end from each other. Indeed, Russia is the aggressor. America has imposed a lot of sanctions. India has taken a stand which is perceived as being neutral, but still not condemning Russia's action in a voice which America and NATO forces, European countries would have liked to hear. On the top of it, and India has also decided to buy oil from Russia, where it is going to be getting on discounted rate. What has made India special in these circumstances is evident from the fact that New Delhi had visitors from Russia, America, and UK. Israel also reached out to India recently. What should we read in this new world order? Here is part of my conversation with Vibhuti Jha.
America will remain a superpower. That is not going anywhere. But important part is the influence of America as a mighty country, as economic power, as a political entity, as a military superpower, is going to decline. And one of the simple reasons for that is written in geopolitics, that when you overdo your things, it becomes dangerous. So US has sanctioned, US imposes sanctions on Iran and other countries. India also has been part of the sanction regime at one time. People are no longer liking that anymore. That political differences lead to the suffering of innocent people because of sanction, right? So there is a very powerful agreement of treatment of POWs in the world, right? The prisoners of war, because the underlying philosophy of that is that soldiers are fighting a war on behalf of their countries. They are not responsible for the war. They are fighting a war for their country. So when you catch them, you treat them respectfully. So here, that sanction is again becoming a very dangerous weapon, because America, as an American, I'm concerned, what if tomorrow China imposes sanctions on America, that we will not supply any goods and services for the next 15 days? Think what is going to happen to America in that process. So Americans, as Americans, we also need to be concerned that whatever we are doing to others, others can do to us as well. That is a scenario in NATO, that Germany and Europe is dependent so much on Russian energy to keep themselves warm. So if you are looking at sanction as a tool to punish people, it is very dangerous. So like you said earlier on, that Biden made a statement that regime change must happen. He's a killer. He's an evil. So when are you going to talk to him? So if you are going to talk to him, that means you are going to talk to evil, that very person who you already called a villain, you called him a killer, you are a war criminal, and all those things without having to prove it in the court of law. So the second element is that when Biden said in Poland or someplace that sanctions were not supposed to be a deterrent. But reality is that Vice President Kamala Harris, Secretary Blinken, they all talked about sanctions being a deterrent. And President says it was not supposed to be a deterrent. It never works as a deterrent. So you have a major conflict of interpretation of scenarios. So like Biden said, Putin must go. And now the whole entire administration is trying to clarify, oh, he didn't mean that. So he's the president of America. Your statements matter, your words matter. So as a result of which, now you are going to talk to the same person to resolve the crisis, whom Yeltsin is trying to connect with as many times, and Russians are not taking the call. So where is the situation lying? Now we are talking about dividing Europe into north and south, east or west, as the case may be, because Russia wants to capture these areas, Crimea, Donetsk, and other places.
Let's look at the situation of President of Ukraine, who has constantly been in touch with European countries, as well as he addressed American Congress, and he always is asking for additional help in terms of military and some advanced equipments, which are not exactly being supplied, though he's being promised, and America has also extended monetary help to Ukraine. But overall, the kind of support which looks like Ukraine anticipated from NATO and America didn't come to him, other than the sanctions imposed on Russia, and he was also asking to sort of have a ban on his sky, space, etc. So there has been a kind of stand which shows lack of clarity, focus, and sustained support for Ukraine to come out of the crisis. Do you see it that way? And as earlier you were mentioning, now I bring back your words where you were saying that there is some other plan, or so. Do you see any conspiracy there?
The conspiracy is something which always exists in any scenario. People are always there to take advantage of the scenario. So that's what is going to happen. One of the biggest considerations, one of the biggest impact of this scenario is that how the world takes on the currency and trade scenario now. That's a big challenge, because the dollar, it can be challenged now, because Iran is a sanctioned country. Russia is a sanctioned country. People are talking about sanctioning China. The question then arises is that you are, on the one hand, pally with China and trying to placate it, but for the same reason, you are not punishing other countries. You are punishing other countries, not China. So that is the issue which is very important, and you are very correct. But there is every strong likelihood of India, China, and Russia, Iran, and other countries whom US is targeting in its foreign policy to form a group of their own.
Time to say goodbye from today's Vision of Asia World Community, but time also to recollect that you can stay with us, meaning without programming, through our Facebook page. So subscribe to ITV Gold's Facebook page, subscribe, or rather be friends of us on our Facebook page, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Keep writing events at itvgold.com. Stay safe, stay well. Once again, Happy New Year, Happy Chaitra Navaratri, and happy greetings on Ugadi, Guri Padwa, as well as on Baisakhi. And may these festivities and newness infuse a sense of hope, bring harmony and peace in the world. Thanks for being with us. This is Ashok Vyas. Namaste.